Friends, we were with Pamela Clay last week, and as I promised that I'm going to be back again with this fantastic episode of Darbar one more time with her. Yes, I'm here. And yes, are you all here or not? Well, please, I don't want you to miss it at all, because she is such a fantastic person. And we are going to start with a fantastic question for her. But before that, I want to ask you, Pamela, how are you and how was this whole week?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm just having the best time. I've got to say, my husband and I celebrated our, 28th wedding anniversary. Had a magical wedding up in Big Sur in California at the Post Ranch Inn, if you know that beautiful place. Totally magic, except we were at the Post House just adjacent, overlooking the ocean, and we had all the chairs, and it was basically a pop-up wedding. It was absolutely beautiful, and so we're so blessed to have been together now for, well, like I said, since 91, but we got married up at the Post House in May 21st, 1994. I know.
I'm listening to your voice, and as we are in this singing mode, would love to ask you that please let our viewers know your experience as you, like, of course, the way you have performed in, like, with acting and singing together for, like, the Broadway shows. Please say a few words.
I guess because, you know, God gave me this big voice. I don't know what happens with you, Sharat, or what happens with you, Ragini, but with me, when I sing, I literally, and when I act too, I literally grow roots down to the center of the earth and do my best to grow branches as far as we possibly can imagine and connect with spirit completely. Because if I allow my ego to take over and say, okay, I have to move here and I've got to breathe here, or any of that stuff, like a lot of great singers do. I mean, I'm just blown away by people like Frank Sinatra. But I'm not that kind of a singer. I'm more of a singer like, I believe, I don't know, like Piaf or like Judy Garland or like her daughter Liza, where they are acting, and because they embrace the truth of what it is that they're singing about, it's acting and singing at the same time. And for me, like, for example, when I did, when I was cast as Eliza in My Fair Lady, they were so happy about the production that very often they would have me like sing before the school assembly. And this was back when miniskirts were in style. And I remember my knees, you know, knocking, or at least I thought they were. And what it is, it's because all of this electricity, it's I don't know what it is, cosmic energy or whatever, but it's literally, it's going through my body so strongly as if I had my hand in an electrical socket. And so, because I've been doing it for a while, I've learned to that's a great feeling when I feel that feeling, to not be frightened of it and to be grateful for it, and to allow myself to experience this without fear. Because when you first feel that, you're like, what is that? You know, it's like, you know, it's so much. The intensity of the energy coming through my body is so much. So I'm very grateful to mentors that I've had in my life. My wonderful, I had one singing teacher in my life, and because I'd been singing all my life, and I got cast in a show where I had to hit a high C and sing opera. And I'd never sung opera before. It was a parody of Glitter and Be Gay, if you know that. You know that, and it goes all over the place. And of course, I was doing it tiny. But it goes to a high C at the end, and I'm like, gosh, I don't know if I can do this. I better go and get a voice teacher. So I was led to the most amazing woman. She was born, she was married to Holt Riddleberger. Her name was Margaret Riddleberger, but everyone knew her as Nazar. And she taught in New York, and she taught at her home in Maryland, and taught a lot of big stars that are on Broadway. Amazing woman, but it's all about being in your body and allowing this to come through you, as opposed to making something happen. And because singing is, or should be, a very natural thing. It shouldn't be something that you control or force. It should be something that's free within the structure that you're given. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, but I could go on, because it's just so mystifying. It's a very mystical experience. And as an actor, to be able to have someone, like I have a dear friend, Joseph Lennon McCord. I would love everyone to please say a prayer for Joe. If you know who the Merry Pranksters were, he was one of the Merry Pranksters. And he's currently fighting he has a big challenge with cancer. So I love to have some prayers for dear Joe. But Joe started way back when in New York with a lot of big people, amazing actor. And at one point we were in this class together, and he talked about how the ancient Tibetans, if you were like in a war with them, what they would do is they'd all sit around in a circle around the campfire, and one of them would get up and they would walk their enemy. And they would walk until they could feel their enemy inside their body, and then they knew what to do. Well, as an actor, Joe said that it's very helpful because these characters that the writer has written exist somewhere. Maybe they're not in 3D here in our world, but they exist in some world somewhere, and it's our job to bring them to life in the 3D. So when you walk your character, like say you're given a character and you have no idea who this person is. Well, you walk, you get in a circle and you walk and you say, I am now Eliza, or I am now whichever character it is. You can feel it because we're sensitive beings. You can feel this person entering you. It's amazing. And we did it, like for example, I know one of the actors said that she wanted someone to walk her aunt. And so they said, okay, they were walking her aunt. And as they were walking, they started to not be able to walk very well. And they're like, oh, I've got pains in my legs and I can't. And she said, yep, her aunt had, something wrong with her legs. So it's pretty mystical, folks. And you might want to try it sometime, but it's just all in the world of magic. I feel that our entertainment world, it's magic, and it's important that we keep it alive.
I have something for my viewers. You may very well be a true character actress and hold your own with anyone. This was actually said by the late and the great Sanford Meisner, and these lines he said about our beautiful actress, singer, performer Pamela. Pamela, after listening these words, and you are so humble today, how you are holding it up?
Gosh, I guess because I know that I don't like proud people, and I don't want to be a proud person. I know that proud people hurt other people with their pride. And I want to help, and I want to be loving and giving. And if I'm blessed to have a wonderful opportunity or a wonderful accomplishment, none of us did it alone. I'm here, like I said, because of my parents and because of people like Sanford Meisner who believed in me. And that was the most incredible experience. I had just done Jenny and Three Penny Opera at George Washington University, and the Kennedy Center came. It was such a successful production. They kept adding nights, and and unfortunately I have no tape on it. But the Kennedy Center came, and they were like, wow, and they said, we want to see you for our next production. And at the time, I was married to my ex, a Parisian man who's actually the drummer in my husband's and my band, so we're all good friends. But at the time, we were both very young, and he did not like the acting profession, and basically told me if I wanted to be an actress, he would divorce me. And, you know, this was a long time ago. And I, being the woman that I am, I loved him very much, and I was committed to our marriage, and I didn't want to make him unhappy. So I called the Kennedy Center and I said, I'm sorry, I cannot come in and audition for you, but I have a wonderful sister who's an actress, because I do. My sister, Nancy Elizabeth McGaffin, she's sensational. And I said, can Nancy come and audition in my place? And they said, sure. And I didn't realize, I just found out this weekend, because it's been that it was for a singer. They wanted a singer. And my sister Nancy told me this weekend, because she's an incredible actress, but she doesn't have as much experience singing. And she said she sang the one song she knew, and they said, oh, that's great, you have something else. And she didn't have anything else. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I didn't even know that part of it. But I sat outside the Kennedy Center crying while my sister was inside auditioning. And again, it's not a mistake. Life unfolds as it should. I would have loved to have had a career that, you know, did other things, but I am so blessed to have this magical life that I lead. I don't know what's coming next. I just trust that the best is yet to come.
Lovely message. And I think all the budding artists and who are really trying your best to come up with something very special from your own side, or maybe you are working with a production house, please remember these words said by Pamela, because you know the way she said it, that she still thinks that the best is yet to come.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
more than that?
Yes.
I loved it. I love it. Seriously, because I really, you know, sometimes when you are really trying hard and you are really feeling that pressure on you, that, well, so is there something wrong in me? So maybe I'm not taking the right decision. Keep those things away from you, because you are trying your level best for any character, for any the singing show, or for any TV show, or maybe you are an instrumentalist and you want to start your own band. Please, I will ask you guys that keep all those questions away from, that you can think that, okay, if I'm good or not. Okay, do not even compare yourself or think about that. If you're
it's more, am I true or not? Not am I good or not? Because if you're true, then whatever it is, it will be, quote, good, because it's true. You know, because many of the famous, you know, singers, they're not really great singers per se. They don't have great, oh no, they're not, I take that back. It's not that they're great voices. They weren't necessarily born with great voices, but they're great singers because they embrace the truth of what they're singing, and they make it, like Willie Nelson. You know, of course, he started singing jazz way back when, but think of Willie Nelson. You wouldn't say, or Bob Dylan, you wouldn't say, oh, I love their voice, although they do have wonderful voices. But they're not, you don't think of them as singers. You think of them more as storytellers that are moving us with their incredible stories. And, you know, it's not about being good, it's about being true, you know, I think.
It was lovely chatting with you, Pamela.
Thank you.
I would love to know, or if you can say a few words to our budding artists or the actors or the singers, you know, right now, who are really trying hard. Please say a few words towards them so that they can feel more energetic and they can find their motivation.
Okay, the first thing that I would say in terms of advice for budding singers is to take care of yourself, because you cannot sing with a body that only ate French fries or didn't drink any water or didn't get enough sleep. And you know, your personal habits, your self-discipline has got to be really good in order to be able to sing I mean, like very often, I mean, it's been closed for a while, but I have this one gig that I just love, over singing in an Italian restaurant for 4 hours. And they do give, you know, like 15-minute breaks or something, but I'm singing on for 4 hours with, you know, standing in high heels. And you got to be in really good shape to be able to do that. And also, given the kinds of songs I sing, I like to sing really exciting songs, you know, songs that take a lot of physical energy, you know, cabaret and, you know, Edith Piaf's Milor, and, you know, these things that really take a lot of physical stamina. And so that's the first thing, is you've got to eat properly, you've got to get enough sleep, you've got to drink enough water, and do your best to stay away from, you know, drugs, stuff, you know, that's going to hurt you. Stay away from alcohol. You know, you don't really need it. You know, it's there out in the world, and I know they're pushing it like crazy on every platform, but you don't really need it. You can actually be a whole lot happier just eating a bowl of cherries. So that would be the first thing I would say. And then the second thing I would say is what Hamlet, or I guess Laertes said to Hamlet in Shakespeare's Hamlet: to thine own self be true. Very, very important to as Sandy Meisner was so blessed to study with him. Sandy said, always know how you feel, because feelings are it's basically, it's what we're doing as actors, is that hopefully if my feeling is true, it will I'll be able to share it with you. If it's not true, then I can't. So please do not fall in love with the sound of your voice. You may have been blessed with a beautiful voice, but stop listening to it, okay? It's not important. What's important is the truth of what you're singing. And if you're true and you're really connected, the beauty will happen on its own. You will not have to manufacture it or manipulate it in any way. So that's what I would say, I think. I don't know if that's enough, but that's definitely what I would say. And also, know that this is a team sport. You might be the only one standing on the stage, but you have your musicians with you. There's no way that you could sing that song unless you got those guys or women with you. So treat everyone the way you would want to be treated. Live by the golden rule, and you'll have hopefully a happy and successful life in your chosen profession.
Beautiful, lovely. I love that. I really, really, really love it. Please stay with us for next week's Darbar, because yes, we are going to meet someone so special, someone so fantastic, and yes, we are going to share the same platform from Mana TV International HD Worldwide. And well, before I go, I have to say this to you, everyone. Without you, I am nothing. So your love and blessing is always, always, always a big thing in my heart. And with all these episodes that you have showered already for all these 3 seasons. So please, I'm just going to encourage you one more time, who are watching us maybe for the first time, please do subscribe our Mana TV's YouTube channel, and please do come back and visit us in our Facebook page, and you can love us, like us, and share us and all our other videos as well, that is made only for you guys to watch it and love it. And maybe you will find something very special, and maybe you will really, really, really like to share that with your friends and family. So please do come and visit all our repeat telecast episodes that we always post in our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. I hope that you all have a fantastic week, and you can always have a fantastic smile on your face, and really lovely to meet you again. And yes, we are meeting again next week. Love you all. Thank you. Good night.
Will the 50 put some food on the table?
Little 5 from stable. This is work to me, you know?
Yeah. Didn't say anything?
Say anything? He asked me to marry him.
Lucky minute.